بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum. Read Al-Qur'an the easy way. Lesson number 23b on starting rules. So we were doing starting rules and we learned that the first word in any ayah generally has a harakah and we are able to start smoothly. But if you stop in the middle of an ayah, you may face two special cases. Case 1 we have already learned, and case 2 we are going to learn it. Let's learn it. And in case 2, if the word starts with an alif and the next letter has sukoon or shaddah, not lam, then we follow the rules as given below. So when the second letter, other than lam, comes after alif, then the harakah on alif will depend on the harakah of the third letter. It's a bit tricky, but you guys will get over it with practice and attention, inshallah. There are 3 scenarios for that, as we have 3 types of harakat. If the third letter has fatha, then alif will get kasra. So this is an ayah. Let's read it. قَالَ اذْهَبْ فَمَنْ تَبِعَكَ مِنْهُمْ. So let's say I stopped, and then I go a little back, and then I find out that there is a second letter other than lam that is coming after alif. So what should I do? Well, then I start with E. I put kasra on the alif. And now, how is that possible? Well, because the first letter is alif, the second letter is dal with sukoon, and the third letter is ha. So then ha has fatha on it, and then when ha has fatha on it, then alif will get kasra. اذهب فمن تبعك منهم. Now, if the third letter has kasra, then alif will get kasra also. So this is an ayah. Let's read it. فَقُلْنَا اضْرِبْ بِعَصَاكَ الْحَجَرَ. So let's say I stopped here, then I go a little back, and I find out that this letter, or this word, has dad with sukoon after alif, not lam with sukoon. So what will we do? Well, we start with E, and we put kasra on the alif. يضرب بعصاك الحجر. But how do we know that? Well, because the first letter is alif, the second letter is dad with sukoon, and the third letter is ra with kasra. So when ra has kasra, alif has kasra also. But what if the third letter has dhamma? Then alif will get dhamma. Very easy, right? So this is an ayah. أَنِشْكُرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيْكَ. I like to stretch at 4 counts. So if we wanted to stop here, then if we wanted to go back, we figured out that there is sheen with sukoon, not lam with sukoon, after alif. Then what will we do? Well, then we will start with oo and put a dhamma on the alif, like this. Ushkur li wali walidayk. But how will we know that? Well, alif is the first letter, sheen is the second letter, and kaf with dhamma is the third letter. So if the third letter, which is in this case kaf, it has dhamma, then alif will get dhamma also. Now let's move on to the shutdown letters other than lam that come after alif. So the same rules are putting harakat on alif are applied. Let me give you some examples. The first examples will be detailed, and then the second examples and after that will not be detailed. So let's read this ayah. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوا لَهُ أَنَّ لَنَا. So let's say I had to stop at lana. there was alif and after it was a shadda letter that was not lam, then what will we do? Well, then we will put kasra on the alif. But how will we know that? Well, alif is the first letter. And guess what? There is shadda after alif. And shadda means two letters. So the second letter is da with sukoon, and the third letter is da with fatha. So when the third letter has fatha, then alif will get kasra. And then we start with e. Ittaba'u, ittaba'u. Similarly, let's take an example when the third letter has kasra. So alif is the first letter, da with sukoon. Remember, shadda has two letters. So da with sukoon is the second letter, and then da with kasra is the third letter. So if the third letter has kasra, then alif will also get kasra. And we will start with e. Ittiba', ittiba'. And similarly with dhammah. In this example, alif is the first letter, da with sukoon is the second letter, and da with dhammah is the third letter. And so we will put dhammah on the alif because dhammah is on the third letter, right? And we will start with u. Uttubi'u, uttubi'u. Very easy, right? Now let's do a small recap on rules of starting. So rules of starting have two big rules. The first one is very easy. Recitation is generally started at the beginning of an ayah with an harakah, so you can start smoothly. And the second one is, if stopped in the middle of an ayah, then you go back a word or two to maintain the flow of the meaning, and you may face two cases. And the first case is if there is the next letter, and there is alif, and the next letter is lam with sukoon, then we will put fatha on the alif. And if the next letter is lam with shadda, then we will still put fatha on the alif. And the second case is if the next letter after alif is not lam, then alif will get harakah according to the third letter. And if the third letter is fatha, then alif will get kasra. And if the third letter is kasra, then alif will get kasra. And if the third letter is dhammah, then alif will get dhammah. That's all for the rules of starting. They are very easy, right? But if you still think that there is something hard in these rules of starting or any of those other rules, then please watch those lessons over and over again so that you become a good reciter. Because guess what? The book is completed, alhamdulillah. And in the next lessons, we will give you tips for fluency and easy recitation of the Qur'an. And don't say that, oh, those lessons are practice and I don't have to attend them. Because no, practice makes us perfect. So see you soon in the practice lessons. May Allah help us to recite, understand, implement, and propagate this Qur'an. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.